We're back live with the NASCAR Super Trucks. Mesa Marin Raceway, Bakersfield, California. Nothing's changed since we left you. Ron Hornaday Jr. is still the leader. Well, what has changed is running through traffic. The separation now back to second place. Bill Sedgwick has increased to 1.8 seconds, and they are really having to fight their way through traffic.
Hornaday working this race traffic much better than Bill Sedgwick. Hornaday, that red truck ball, is owned by Dale Earnhardt, and Earnhardt taps Hornaday to drive this truck after seeing Hornaday run his own super truck in what was called the Winter Heat Series, which was a preamble to the NASCAR Super Truck Series of '96. And the man that tuned the wrenches on Hornaday's regular mount at the beginning of the Winter Heat Series was Bill Sedgwick. Sedgwick's in the blue and white number 75, now running in second.
Well, there's the second place, Bill Sedgwick. Now, at the same time, Mike Bliss has been able to move around Mike Skinner. Let's go to the pits and Phil Parsons.
I'm with Leon Ruth, the crew chief for P.J. Jones. P.J. looked real good early, Leon, but he seemed to be backing up. What's going wrong?
Well, we were trying to save the tires, and evidently I missed a little bit on the chassis setup today, so we're just having to slide back, and that's all we can do.
Well, they'll be back the next race, guys. I'll tell you, I've been watching in the corner here, and these guys are absolutely stopping down in the middle of the corner. So they're just running on air right now.
Well, you saw Hornaday as he put PJ a lap down. Does the same thing now for Corelli. Hornaday's really on the fly with just 10 laps to go now to the finish.
And one has got to be impressed with the run by Hornaday, because everybody is literally running out of tires, but it has not dramatically affected the run of the red number 16. He has run the same line. As you watch him come out of the corner here, he stays real low and then just lets the truck have its own head right up to the outside. And he looks like he might have just a little bit of damage down on the right side, down by the spoiler. He's been in it already in this short track war.
You got a glimpse of the second place car, the second place truck, the 75 Sedgwick.
You know, we're going to be able
up alongside of
we're going to be able to have a party just on your donation.
I'm broke already. Sedgwick now trying to close in. Hornaday running alone clear for the moment. But you don't run clear very long on a short track, especially a bank short track like Mesa Marin. 8 laps to go. Mike Bliss has had a spectacular day.
Well, let me show you the traffic that Hornaday's got to contend with only a few laps to go. They're directly in front of him. Now, what a driver will do is try and pick his way through the traffic. If you had a watch on Hornaday right now, he wouldn't be running the same speeds, because he'll find a spot to be able to just hang the truck on the outside as he goes into the corner. There's a perfect example. Back out of the throttle, let the traffic find its own position so that you don't get caught up in an accident. But also, this helps you in terms of keeping the guys that are chasing you down in second, third, and fourth behind you. Even though he has a lengthy lead right now, he picks his way through that traffic.
It's around Jerry Churchill, around Pancho Carter. Sammy Swindell, the 38 car, the 38 truck, the blue machine there, has from time to time been kind of slow off of the order, off of the corner.
But he's still being shown in the 10th position, so a fine ride for Swindell. But this is a classic illustration, too, of the torrid pace that Hornaday has set today. He's about to lap the 10th place truck.
37 truck there is Bob Strait.
And here's where you've got to be careful, because you're glued down to the inside, working race traffic. You know there's just a fistful of laps to go. You don't want to press the outside of the envelope. Hornaday now has 2 moving picks between himself and Sedgwick. And Sedgwick is just about out of this one with 4 laps to go.
It's Hornaday, then 2 trucks, then Sedgwick. 4 to go. Sedgwick looking to the outside. Now 3 to go for Hornaday.
There's Sedgwick.
Sedgwick's got the first.
Blue and the white, number 75, works the outside.
Again, way high, loses the back end for a second.
You can see his tires are junk. They've gone away. Got so much heat in them. They've worn them down so far that he is just holding on for dear life now, trying the best that he can to keep that third-place machine of Mike Bliss from closing in on him for second.
Swindell just high in front of him, but 2 laps to go. Sedgwick now makes his move down at turn 2. It was a problem for him earlier. And he's still not around him. Now he finally gets around Swindell. Second place is a long way back. And as the white flag comes out for Ron Hornaday Jr.
And Hornaday is looking at Roger Mears, Butler. Check that, not Butler, but the the 58 of Wayne Jacks, works to the inside of Jackson. This is going to be a great win.
So Ron Hornaday Jr. is looking terrific as he comes to the final set of turns. Butch Miller has moved around Jack Sprague and moved into 5th place. And Ron Hornaday Jr. takes round number 4 of the NASCAR Super Trucks. Very, very smart drive for the day, and quite a few surprises here. Skinner finishes in 3rd. The order is Hornaday, and then Sedgwick, Bliss, and then Mike Skinner. Let's go to Phil.
I tell you, I'm with the crew chief for Ron Hornaday, Doug Richard. Doug, that's the 2nd win out of 4. That's not too bad, huh?
And I'm real proud of the whole team, and Dale and Teresa's give us a lot of equipment to work with here. And I tell you, Ron has got a lot of potential here, and he just did one heck of a smart race today. That was the biggest key. And I talked to him every lap, and it was nice and smooth. We worked together, and I can't say much. Action Collectibles is on the truck, and I'm happy for Fred, and just looking forward to it.
All right, let's let him get to victory lane. Back up to you guys.
Hey, Phil, he's already there. He did a spin backwards coming off of 4 and backed it into the winner's circle. Ron Hornaday Jr. definitely a showman. We'll be back.
You're watching ABC's Wide World of Sports.
We're back live at Mesa Marin, and let's take a look at the results here. Now, they're unofficial at the moment of this great run. And did I tell you that the Super Trucks were going to be spectacular? Well, Ron Hornaday takes another win this season. Sedgwick couldn't get it done at the end. Bliss, Skinner, Butch Miller in 5th place. In 6th, Joe Ruttman. Keselowski was smoking toward the end, but he still came through looking good. And then Corelli, and then Sammy Swindell, and Scott Lagasse comes in 10th place. So the race has been run here at Mesa Marin, and Ron Hornaday Jr. comes home as the winner in one really great afternoon. We'll come back and talk with Ron Hornaday right after this. Back at Mesa Marin, Ron Hornaday Jr. takes the lead twice, has it at the key point at the end of the race, and is now in the Super Truck points lead by 44 points. Let's go to Phil Parsons in winner's circle.
I tell you, Ron, super job. You knew that you couldn't change tires because of the short distance of the race. How did that affect your strategy?
Well, Phil, we talked to Dale Earnhardt and Teresa Earnhardt. I could just tell, hey, we done this one for you. You're going to do it tomorrow, I hope. I don't know. We were out there, and Doug just said, hey, cool down, pace yourself, everything else. But this RCCA Chevrolet just ran good. I'll tell you, that was a cool one, boys.
That cooled us right down.
I don't know. Goodyear, they said that they go 125 laps out onto this track, and we were practicing all day yesterday. We really didn't think they were going to make it, but coming out here and do what it did, and Doug Richards and all the guys setting this truck up, I'll tell you, it's fantastic. This series with NASCAR came out with Craftsman support and everything, and everything's just great. I mean, to come out here and do what we did, and especially with the truck behind me, I was driving a couple races ago, and we can go out and beat it. I mean, it's great. Mesa Marin's been good to me, and it's our Daytona out here in California.
It'd be a little bit embarrassing if you let your crew chief outrun you, wouldn't it?
It has happened before. We just ain't going to give Doug a helmet this time, I tell you what, they put a good series together when they named this Super Trucks, and I don't know, RCCA and Snap-on and Dennis Fisher, everybody was supporting this deal. I mean, I just got to thank them all. It's been a good year so far. We're just going to keep on going and do what we got to do. We got to look at the big picture, and we keep calling Dale on the phone, and he keeps telling us to pace yourself and do what you got to do, and it's been working out for us real good.
Well, I tell you, guys, we're going to have to take it back upstairs so we can go dry off a little bit.
Yeah, Phil, I think you just found out it's sometime more dangerous doing your job in winner's circle. Jack, this is the pass that made the difference.
Now, Sedgwick in the blue car is leading at the present time. We're working race traffic. Gary Collins is right there. Collins finds himself part of a leader's sandwich. Sedgwick on the outside, Collins in the middle, the red car, Hornaday sticking like glue down low. And you can see the truck the truck there just stuck perfectly. Now I think I owe the kitty about $12.
You wonder when in that Collins opened his eyes.
That's
again.
right.
So that was the pass that made the difference. Let's go down once again to winner's circle and Phil.
I tell you, guys, I didn't have time to dry off, but here I am with a second-place finisher, Bill Sedgwick. I told Ron in victory lane there that it had been a little bit embarrassing for his old crew chief to have beat him, but I'm sure you didn't have that. That's exactly what you had on your mind, right?
I'll tell you what, Ron's usually pretty hard on tires, but he did an excellent job today. Spears Manufacturers and Oka Chevy pickup, but it was good. It was just a little bit loose, but I'll tell you what, my hat's off to Ron. Ron did a super job, and my crew also. They got this truck going good. That we're happy with second.
That's a terrific job. I'll tell you, I'm going to step right across here and get to the third place guy, Mike Bliss. Mike started 17th. You moved all the way up to third. It looked like you might have had something for Bill there at the end, but I'll tell you, that's not bad.
No, actually, I can't say enough for the Ultra Wheels car. It ran real well today.
It's a truck. It's a truck.
It's a truck. It's a truck today. I always get that mixed up, but Fred Wonky came out and wrenched on it, and we guessed on the setup. He hit it just right. The motor ran really good today, and the Ford was there all day and never lit the tires up off the corner. I just used the throttle, used your head and come out of the corner and save the tires for the end.
I tell you, we talked to everybody before the race. Were concerned about the tires, not necessarily wearing out, but the fact that they would just go away and give up grip. But your truck, I'm saying it now, your truck seemed to come on at the very end. That was when you were at your best.
Yeah, I could. All I plan on doing is hooking that left front right in the gravel, and that just pulls you right around the corner, and then you drive straight off the corner and keep the tires underneath you, and that's what worked for us all day.
Now, you got a lot of experience in open-wheeled cars. Does this compare at all?
Well, I think the open wheel, you can transfer that, what you know, onto this stuff because throttle control there. Open wheel, you can light the tires anytime you want, and you got to work the throttle and work it, and that's all that, I did today is work the throttle.
Well, Mike, we know you didn't run last week at Saugus. Are you going to run the rest of the races this year?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to go all forward and go through the whole races, I think.
I'll tell you, this is a guy you need to look for. Back up to you guys.
No question about that. Mike Bliss is super. The super trucks are that indeed. They averaged 71 miles an hour for the 62.5 miles. This was the Hornaday finish of this race. Take a look at this.
We've said that this is a series in progress. They're beginning to develop their own traditions. They're not tradition bound by a lot of old things. And I think what we've seen today, Paul, is a brand new tradition unfold for trips to victory lane.
Yeah, this is exactly what he did. After taking the checkered flag, gave her a nice, neat, well-controlled spin. Kids don't do this at home. And then backed her over to the winner's circle. And then in winner's circle, while Bill was doing the interview, hey, a little something to kind of cool off the afternoon. There it is again. So Ron Hornaday Jr. takes the win here. As we suggested, the super trucks are really spectacular, and they sparkle here at Mesa Marin Raceway. Here is the top 10 once again, unofficial. Hornaday Jr., Sedgwick, Mike Bliss, then Mike Skinner, Jack Sprague. And in 6th place, Butch Miller, Keselowski, Joe Ruttman, Scott Lagasse, and Sammy Swindell. So we've had a great day here at a marvelous track, Mesa Marin Raceway. I'm Paul Page, Jacker Roots here, so is Phil Parsons. Julie, I hope you liked that. It was great.